Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1, GV, Whiskey 1, Golf Victor. The date, January 22, 2014. The time, 2:02 p.m. Mountain Standard or 21:02 Zulu. This is W1AW you're hearing, on 10 meters. Pretty strong. They're about to send code practice, starting at 35 words a minute. I'm pretty proud of myself. I copied a whole minute at 25 words a minute last night, wrote it down with a pen on a college ruled piece of paper without a single glitch. I was mighty proud of myself. I'm sure you are too, aren't you? Let's look at the other bands down below here. Not surprising, 21 megahertz booming right in. 18 megahertz, booming right in here too. And booming right in on 20 meters as well. 40 meters, just barely audible at this hour of the day, but it's a daylight path all the way across. Over 1,000 miles, not surprising there. What's going to happen if this follows the pattern is we're going to see the 10-meter signal die off before too long. When the sun goes down around Connecticut, it's going to start to die. And then it's going to die really fast. Then the maximum usable frequency between here and Connecticut will drop. And a little later, 21 megahertz will die off, and then 18 megahertz, and then probably even 14 megahertz later on in the night. But 40 meters and 80 meters will pick up. So that sort of gives you the idea in a nutshell. Right around 10 megahertz is where the band conditions sort of do a flip-flop. Better propagation in daylight, above that frequency. Better propagation at night, below that frequency. Now that's a generalization. That's a really, really broad generalization subject to a lot of variation. But seeing that the 28 megahertz band is coming in so well, I can't resist the temptation. Well, that's FM. We're not going to hear anything there.
We had to pay for our own bus, but I was getting, it costs a lot of money, I'd say, unless they get a contract with one of them companies.
Well, that's a pretty low frequency. I wonder if...
so many of them things to schools, I think, just as a nice gesture. They make it...
These guys are just talking about normal stuff. But here's where you hear the chaos. There's a guy on this band, I tell you, it's got to be the same guy all the time. It's got to be the same guy. Well, let's listen on 24 megahertz for something other than W1AW. 24 point, I believe it's 890. I have trouble remembering the band limits here. But that sounds like phase shift keyed WSJT mode, synchronous mode. Listen. Does that sound like a steady tone to you, or does it sound like they're just the slightest subtle little variations? I can hear the variations. It's got to be phase shift keyed WSJT. Now, if that ain't narrow band, what is? There's a DX station under there. Well, the band is open. That's what matters. Let's listen on 28 megahertz down below. There's a signal. I didn't catch his call. Birdie. See if he sends his call again. CE2, that's Chile. 10 meters is open to Chile. I can actually adjust this antenna to resonate on 10 meters, but I'd have to go out into a snowstorm right now to do that. And maybe I'll do that after I'm done with this video, which is just about now. I don't want to bore you anymore. Check out the bands for yourself. Each afternoon ought to be pretty similar to this one for a few days, so check it out. Go up to 10 meters some afternoon and see if you can work any DX. Stan Gibilisco, W1GV, saying 73, and so long.